Good morning. How is everyone today? Wanted to speak with you guys this morning on something that kind of caught my attention over the weekend and yesterday regarding this matter with one of the three moms, Jasmine. And this is kind of part of a bigger situation or bigger issue that we see a lot in today's media, is kind of like the fake news cycle. And, back to YouTube, I kind of, there are people out here who are really sharing their life experiences. Now, are 100% of them 100% authentic? I don't really know, because I'm not in their households. I know that there are a lot of people who are sharing real, non-embellished life situations. Everything is not scripted. Everything is not real. Okay? Now, that being said, I know that there are people out here who are living lifestyles that are very different from our own. And that's why you find certain channels captivating, fascinating, interesting, so many things, because it kind of takes you away from your real life. Or even if it is similar to your real life, it may either give you encouragement for one, in one way or another, whether it takes you to a place of, wow, I can do this, I can, exceed where I'm at today, or, well, damn, I thought I had it bad. Whatever that case might be, YouTube definitely is entertainment. It can be seen as an escape. It can be seen as many different things. But my point is that everything on YouTube is not necessarily scripted. Everything is not necessarily fake. Yes, just because it's not scripted, can it still be entertainment? Of course it can. I'm sorry, but there are plenty of people here on YouTube who could not act their way out of a paper bag, so they have no choice but to be real, but to be authentic. Even though their real and their authentic may seem absolutely impossible to you, it's real to them. So back to my original point, I saw on Sunday and even yesterday, there were a couple of channels or a couple of people in live streams, just commentary, whatever the case might be, kind of like, hey, was this real? Was this another skit? Why would someone come out on a larger, to another platform to try to help them get a message to another? I mean, this happens every day, guys. And I'm going to speak from my own personal situation. I, at one time, like many other people, got a message from someone who we know in this mom sector named Nisi's World, Nisi Unapologetic, who put a message in my comments, who was looking for someone to help her get her story out. She had a story to tell about her and her. At the time, they called themselves sister-in-laws, and about her brother. And I did a post about it. And she went from maybe 16 subscribers to a lot more. Now, a lot of people say she came up off of Olivia. Olivia was not discussing Nisi. And when Nisi first came out, Nisi was in Olivia's videos as a family member. Her and Olivia used to hang out. They had a good relationship from what we all saw initially. And that's a whole nother story and not the point of this post. But Nisi came to me, she came to many other people and put comments out there. And, this is common on YouTube. This happens. It happens. So I'm just going to kind of leave that right there. And I'm quite sure that there are other people who have wanted to expose or tell their side of the story, have reached out to channels that they knew maybe discussed them or whatever the case might be to deliver a message. So what Asia did is not uncommon out here, but questioning, is everything a skit? Is now something not real? I think we have to take it for what it is. Number one, we just have to take it on face value of it's just a video. Okay? Now, in that way, to me, everything is kind of real because, I mean, it's a video that came out. I think that this was not a skit. I think that there's been a long history of problems with he and the women who have his children. He's probably created very toxic dynamics with all of these women, pitting them against each other. There's obviously some sort of very toxic competition going on for Philip's attention, Philip's love, the hierarchy of babies and what babies came when and what the total is, and nobody really knowing what's what with this guy, that he's really just kind of like a man of mystery, and nobody really knows Philip, probably not even Philip. Information coming out on Lipstick Alley and all kinds of stuff. I mean, does anyone know this man? You know, I mean, it's very strange. But, you know, there's a lot of people out here who live secret and fake, you know, I don't even want to say fake lives, but they're living multiple lives. They're this one way and they're this another way. But he seems like he's pretty consistently selfish and about himself and really kind of, maybe ladies' man, you know, I'm not really sure, but this is a gentleman who's got a lot of children and a lot of women who call him their kid's father. So, but, you know, I just want to encourage people to not always fall victim to the spin. And what I mean by the spin is the after something comes out, really entertaining the dialogue of, is this fake? Is this real? Was this a skit? Is this reality? You know, what's going on? I mean, yes, I think it's good to be a smart consumer, but again, these are people that you're watching in a box on your television. I think a lot of this stuff is real, but I think also spinning it to question whether everything is fake or not is just kind of a waste of everyone's time. Whether it's a skit, whether it's, you know, scripted reality TV, at the end of the day, when you're consuming something, I think you know, when you take something in for what it's worth and what it's been sold to you as is the best thing for you to do. If you can't believe it, you can't rock with it, it's probably better to not even watch it, because I think for some people it makes them mad, it makes them upset. I think that's why a week or two ago when we had a couple of moms in our sector, Nisi, who I mentioned earlier, Miss Bibi, Yanni Bani, and Jamila, kind of did a, you know, it was fun. I mean, I was here for it. I thought it was really interesting. You know, when it came out that it was a skit, it was kind of fun. It was funny. I laughed like everybody else. Well, not everybody else, because some people were mad because they really bought into it. You know, so I think that's why it was hurtful, because there are people out here who are taking it for what it is. They are buying into their favorite YouTuber and they are believing everything. And so I do see how some of the, you know, subscribers, family members, community members of these channels felt a little bit betrayed. But I think, you know, I think that's settled down now, and see that, you know, they were just having a good time. And also it was an opportunity to kind of see, like, hey, you know, are some of the people, you know, seeing, not, you know, I don't know that it was a test, but what I can tell you is this, that there was dialogue that came out from many different angles of, you know, it was good to see who rocks with them, who, you know, who kind of turned, who went into protection mode. it was interesting. It was very interesting to see. And I think what made it even more believable to me was that this was coming a day after, or the night that Yanni had just had kind of like an epic back and forth with another YouTuber, Life with Vicky. So there was that whole situation that had happened, and it was pretty epic. The back and forth that came from a couple of posts regarding Yanni at Walmart. And I'm sure most of you know about the situation. If you don't, you can go to any of the channels that I just mentioned and go back and look at their videos. Again, drama. And it was, that's what a lot of people are here to watch. I mean, I get more views on a reaction or quote unquote drama video than I will on kind of like, hey, we went to IKEA family vlog. I mean, it's just the way it is, guys. So for all of you who say things like, gosh, reaction channels, why don't you talk about yourselves? A lot of us do. I have a whole entire vlog channel that is about me, primarily, my family, mom life, lifestyle vlogs, outfits of the day, cooking, shopping, things like that. A lot of people are interested in gossip and discussing what's going on with other channels, or, taking a deeper dive into what is going on into other channels. Not necessarily gossip, but just the same way that we discuss Love After Lockup, the way we discuss Real Housewives of Atlanta, or Power, or any other show that we enjoy and want to, give our time and attention to. So, guys, back to the spin, I think it's really good to look at things in multiple different ways, to question things, but definitely, everything is not a skit. Everything is not scripted. People are making money here on YouTube, but they're not making that much money to sit, write scripts, and say, okay, you're going to do this, and you're going to do that. I mean, I'll tell you, again, from my own experience, if I'm out with my family and we are doing something and I'm filming, and in my mind, I may already have an idea of how I'm going to edit and create a video. If my family is not cooperating, if they don't feel like being filmed on that day, if I don't like how they're coming off or what the edit is looking like, you guys may never see that. Or it may be edited in a way that you have no idea. So take a video for what it is. It's not always scripted, but there's a lot of power in the edit, and, people have complicated lives. So you're not going to always know everything. And also, from just the perspective of complicated lives, if you just subscribe to a channel today or last month, and this person has been vlogging for a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, like some, you are not going to probably ever really be able to get caught up, because by the time you get caught up, you are already behind. So, guys, I just kind of want to leave you opening up that conversation about the spin. Is this real? Is this fake? Is it entertainment? What am I really watching here? If you guys are enjoying, kind of what's going on, and see like, hey, I just can't get too invested in this because I don't know what's real, I don't know what's fake, I don't know if this YouTuber one day is going to just decide to go ghost, which that happens a lot too. I mean, some people get so much feedback, whether it's negative or positive, and sometimes it's just too overwhelming for them. Or, you know, relationships start to suffer because YouTube, it's almost like jumping into a whole nother life, because it can be very demanding and it can take its toll on relationships. And, you know, when you have to pull back and tend to home, your real home, and not necessarily be looking at everything as content, it changes things as well. So guys, I know I hit on a lot of topics right here, but I think I hit on a lot of good ones for conversation. So if you're hearing this, you're listening to this, if something resonated with you that you want to talk about, please do so down in the comments, or